If you thought the drama between Blueface and Chrisean Rock couldn't get any messier, you haven't heard nothing yet. This is Hood Files, where the secrets don't just leak, they explode. And today, we're diving into something so twisted, so calculated, so vicious, that even the streets are speechless. Pooh Shiesty just dropped a bomb that nobody saw coming. He's claiming, straight up no filter, that Blueface orchestrated the entire hospital chaos that left Chrisean's daughter, Zena Zion, fighting for her life. Yeah, you heard that right. The same man who married Chrisean might be the same man pulling strings behind the scenes to destroy her. Now ask yourself this. If you were set up by someone you loved, someone you married, what would you do? Would you stay quiet, or would you burn it all down? The internet is on fire. Blogs are going crazy. DMs are leaking. And trust me, this story gets uglier with every single detail. So buckle up, because we're about to break down the most shocking betrayal of 2026. And by the end of this, you're going to question everything you thought you knew. Let's rewind for a second, because if you don't know the full story, if you don't understand how deep this betrayal goes, then none of this is going to hit the way it should. Chrisean Rock, you know her. The girl who went from unknown to viral sensation overnight. The girl who tattooed Blueface's name on her face. The girl who fought, cried, screamed, and bled on camera for a man who treated her like a reality show prop. Yeah, that Chrisean. But here's the thing. Chrisean wasn't just some clout chaser looking for 5 minutes of fame. Nah, she was loyal. Too loyal. The kind of loyal that makes you ignore red flags the size of billboards. The kind of loyal that makes you stay when everyone's telling you to run. And Blueface? He knew it. He used it. He weaponized that loyalty like it was part of his brand strategy. Every public argument, every humiliating moment, every time he paraded another woman in front of her, it was all content, all views, all money. And Chrisean, she was a star of the circus. But she never got to be the ringmaster. Now fast forward to 2025. Chrisean finally snaps. She walks away. She chooses herself. She chooses her daughter, Zena Zion. For the first time in years, she's free. She's healing. She's building a life that doesn't revolve around chaos. And Blueface? He doesn't take it well. Because here's what most people don't understand about narcissists. They don't want you back because they love you. They want you back because they can't stand the idea of you being happy without them. They want control. They want power. And when they lose it, they don't just move on. They plot. Let's talk about the marriage. Yeah, you heard that right. Blueface married Chrisean Rock. Not in some quiet, private ceremony where two people commit to building a future together. Nah, this was a spectacle. A PR stunt wrapped in manipulation and served with a side of, look at me, I'm the victim. It happened out of nowhere. One day, Chrisean's living her life, minding her business, focusing on her daughter. The next day, Blueface is posting marriage certificates on Instagram like he just won the lottery. And the caption? Something along the lines of, she'll always be mine. Not, I love her. Not, we're building something real. Just possession, ownership, like she's a trophy he can dust off whenever he feels like it. And the internet split down the middle. Half the people were like, they're back together. True love always finds a way. The other half, they saw it for what it was. A trap, a power move disguised as reconciliation. Chrisean didn't say much at first. A few cryptic posts. A couple of stories that hinted she wasn't exactly thrilled. But she didn't go off. She didn't expose him. She stayed quiet. And that's when things started getting weird. Let's talk about Zena Zion, Chrisean's daughter. Her world. The little girl she fought tooth and nail to protect from all the madness. The one thing in her life that wasn't about drama, clout, or controversy. Zena was Chrisean's peace. Her reason to stay grounded. Her motivation to walk away from toxic situations. And everyone knew it, including Blueface. Now here's where the story takes a dark turn. Sometime in early 2026, rumors started circulating. Whispers on blogs. Blind items on gossip sites. People were saying that Zena had been hospitalized. That something terrible had happened. That Chrisean was absolutely devastated. At first, nobody knew the details. Chrisean wasn't posting. Blueface wasn't saying anything. It was radio silence. And in the world of celebrity drama, silence is loud. Then the leak started. Someone, and we still don't know who, dropped screenshots in a group chat, DMs between anonymous accounts, voice notes that sounded like they were recorded in the middle of a breakdown. And the message was clear. Xena didn't just get sick. She was hurt, and it wasn't an accident. The internet went into full detective mode. Reddit threads exploded. Twitter was a war zone. TikTok sleuths were pulling up old videos, analyzing timelines, connecting dots that nobody even knew existed. And then, Pooh Shiesty entered the chat. Now, you might be wondering, why Pooh Shiesty? What does he have to do with any of this? Good question. Because on the surface, Pooh doesn't seem like the type to get involved in reality TV drama. He's about his music, his business, his freedom after beating that case. He's not out here chasing clout or stirring up mess for attention. But here's the thing, Pooh and Blueface have history. Not the kind you see on Instagram. Not the kind that gets talked about in interviews. The kind that stays in the streets. The kind that only a few people know about until someone decides to talk. And Pooh, he decided to talk. It started with an Instagram live session. Casual at first. Pooh's kicking it, talking about new music, answering fan questions. Then someone in the comments asks about Chrisean, about the hospital situation, about the rumors. And Pooh pauses. He looks at the camera, and he says something that made everyone stop scrolling. Y'all think that was random? Nah, that was planned. And if y'all knew who was behind it, you wouldn't even believe me. The comments went insane. Pooh, say it. Don't play with us, Pooh. He didn't name names. Not yet, but he didn't have to, because the way he said it, the look on his face, everyone knew exactly who he was talking about. Blueface. Now let's piece this together, because this is where the story stops being messy drama and starts looking like a straight-up conspiracy. Chrisean leaves Blueface. She takes her daughter and tries to build a new life. Blueface can't handle it. He marries her in what looks like a publicity stunt designed to reassert control. Chrisean still doesn't come back the way he wants. Then suddenly, her daughter ends up in a hospital under suspicious circumstances. And now Pooh Shiesty, someone with no reason to lie, is hinting that this was an accident, that someone orchestrated it, that someone wanted to break Chrisean down so badly that they went after the one thing she loved more than anything. You starting to see the picture? Because if this is true, if Blueface really had anything to do with what happened to Xena, then we're not talking about drama anymore. We're talking about something far more sinister. Something that crosses every line. Something that could destroy him forever. But here's the kicker. Pooh didn't just drop that bomb and disappear. Oh no, he kept talking. He kept dropping hints. He kept adding fuel to the fire. Receipts. That word alone is enough to make anyone nervous. Because in the age of screenshots, voice memos, and Ring camera footage, receipts don't lie. People do. But receipts? They tell the truth even when everyone's trying to hide it. And Pooh Shiesty wasn't bluffing. Within 48 hours of that Instagram live, the internet became a war zone. Anonymous accounts started popping up. Burner pages with 0 followers but loaded with information. Screenshots of text conversations. Timestamp location data. Even security footage that somehow made its way from private servers to public Twitter threads. Now, we can't verify every single thing that leaked. Some of it might be fake. Some of it might be doctored. But here's the problem for Blueface. Enough of it looked real. Real enough that people started asking questions he couldn't answer. Real enough that, as usual, its all-cap defense wasn't working anymore. Let's break down what was allegedly leaked. First up, text messages. And not just any text messages. DMs between Blueface and someone whose name was blurred out, but the profile picture, it matched one of his known associates. Someone who's been in his circle for years. The messages were dated just days before Xena ended up in the hospital. And the content? Chilling. One message allegedly read, "She thinks she untouchable now. Needs a reality check." Another one, "Not her. The kid. That's the only way she breaks." And the response from Blueface account? A laughing emoji, followed by, "Say less, Now, could this be faked? Sure, Photoshop exists, but the metadata, the timestamps lining up with real-world events, the way the conversation style matched Blueface known texting patterns, it was too specific to just be a random troll job. The blogs picked it up immediately. The Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, no jumper. Everyone was talking about it. And the comment sections? Brutal. This man is sick. If this is real, he needs to be locked up. Chrisean deserves justice. Period. But Blueface stayed silent. No denial, no explanation, just nothing. And in the court of public opinion, silence is basically a confession. Here's where it gets even messier. Because someone, and we still don't know who, leaked financial records, Venmo transactions, Cash App receipts, payments made from an account linked to Blueface to multiple people in the weeks leading up to the incident. One payment, $3,500. Memo for the favor. Another payment, $1,200. Memo, keep quiet. A third payment, this one the biggest, $8,000. Memo, blank. Now, none of these payments are illegal on their own. People send money all the time. But the timing, the fact that these payments were made to people who were later seen in the same city, the same hospital, where Xena was being treated, that's not a coincidence. That's a pattern. And the internet, they started connecting dots like they were working for the FBI. One Reddit user pulled up old Instagram stories. Another TikToker matched the dates of the payments with Blueface location check-ins. A third person found surveillance footage from a gas station near the hospital that allegedly showed one of the people who received money entering the building. Was it concrete evidence? No, but it was enough to make people say, something is not right here. And then came the voice note, the one that made everything feel real. It was posted on Twitter by an anonymous account, 18 seconds long. Poor audio quality, like it was recorded in a car or a bathroom. But the voice? People swore it sounded like Blueface. The voice said, I told you she got too comfortable. Now she gone learn. You do what I said, you get paid, and we never talk about this again. Simple. The tweet got over 2 million views in 6 hours. People were using audio apps to analyze the voice, comparing it to Blueface interviews, his songs, his old Instagram lives. And the consensus? It was a match. Or at least close enough that nobody could definitively say it wasn't him. Blueface finally broke his silence. Sort of. He posted on his story, y'all will believe anything. Stay bored. That's it. No real denial. No explanation. Just dismissiveness. And that made people even more suspicious. Because nothing screams innocence like a 2 a.m. defensive story post, right? Now this is where things go from suspicious to scary. An alleged hospital employee, identity hidden, voice distorted, did an interview with a small YouTube channel. The channel only had like 10,000 subscribers, but this interview, it blew up. Millions of views overnight. The employee claimed that on the day Xena was admitted, there were multiple people who came to visit who were not family. People who didn't sign in properly. People who seemed more interested in where Chrisean was than in checking on the child. The insider said, security was told to let certain people through. No questions asked. I thought it was weird, but I'm just a nurse. I do what I'm told. But when I saw one of those guys on Blueface Instagram later that week, I knew something was off. Could this person be lying? Absolutely. Could this be a clout chaser trying to insert themselves into the story? 100%. But the detail? The way they described the hospital layout, the specific unit Xena was in the timeline of events? It was too accurate to be completely made up. And Chrisean? Still silent. Still not posting. Still not defending Blueface. And that spoke volumes. By this point, the damage was done. Blueface's name was MUD. Brands started distancing themselves. A clothing company he was supposed to collab with quietly removed his name from their website. A club appearance he had scheduled in Vegas? Canceled. No explanation given. His own fans were turning on him. Comment sections that used to be full of jokes and support were now full of disgust and anger. I used to rock with you, but this? Nah. You cross a line. Unfollow. If you did this, karma's coming for you. Even other rappers started subtweeting. No names mentioned, but the messages were clear. Lil Durk posted, "Real men don't play with kids. Ever." Quando Rondo tweeted, "Some lines you don't cross. Period." Even academics, who usually stays neutral, said on stream, "If even half of this is true, bro is cooked." And Pooh Shiesty, he posted one more time. No caption, just a picture of a chessboard with one piece knocked over. The message was clear: checkmate. But here's the thing, this story, it's not over, not even close. Because while the internet was busy dissecting leaks and playing detective, something else was happening behind the scenes. Chrisean was preparing to speak, and when she did, Chrisean Rock broke her silence on a random Tuesday afternoon. No warning, no teaser, no PR team crafting the perfect statement. Just raw, unfiltered pain posted directly to Instagram Live, and over 400,000 people watched in real time. She looked exhausted, eyes red, hair tied up, no makeup, no filter. This wasn't the Chrisean who fought on reality TV for ratings. This wasn't the Chrisean who screamed in parking lots for viral moments. This was a mother, a broken, betrayed, devastated mother who had finally had enough. Her voice cracked as she started speaking. "Y'all want to know the truth? Fine, here's the truth. I stayed quiet because I thought if I just kept my head down, kept my baby safe, minded my business, it would all go away. But it didn't. It got worse." She paused, took a breath, and then she said the words that sent shockwaves through the entire internet. "Blueface didn't just hurt me. He went after my child, my daughter, the one person in this world who had nothing to do with our drama. And he did it to punish me, to control me, to remind me that even when I leave, he still owns me." The comments exploded. Heart emojis, crying emojis, prayers, rage. People were losing it, but she wasn't done. And it wasn't just him. He had help. That's right, Blueface, other baby mama. The one he always claimed was his real one. The one he kept going back to every time Chrisean tried to move on. The one who smiled in every picture while Chrisean was getting dragged through the mud. Jaden Alexis. According to Chrisean, Jaden wasn't just a bystander in all this. She was an active participant, a co-conspirator, someone who allegedly helped coordinate the entire setup, because SHE couldn't stand the fact that Blueface had married Chrisean, even if it was just for show. Chrisean claimed that Jaden was the one who reached out to certain people, the one who provided information about Chrisean's schedule, the one who knew where Xena would be and when. She acted like she was above it all, like she was a mature one, but behind the scenes, she was feeding him everything. Locations, times, routines. She wanted me gone. And when I wouldn't leave on my own, they made a plan. Now, did Chrisean provide proof in that moment? No. But the emotion, the specificity, the way she named names without hesitation, people believed her. Or at least they believed that SHE believed it. And the internet? They went digging. Within hours, people started pulling up old posts, old interactions, patterns that nobody had noticed before. Someone found a deleted tweet from Jaden posted 2 days before the hospital incident. It said, "Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Protect your peace by any means." Another person found an Instagram story from one of Jaden's friends, posted and deleted within minutes, that showed them near the same hospital where Xena was admitted. The caption? "Handling business." Coincidence? Maybe, but in the world of internet sleuthing, there's no such thing as coincidence. Everything is connected. Everything means something. A TikTok creator even did a deep dive into the financial records that had leaked earlier. And guess what? One of the Venmo payments allegedly made by Blueface, it went to an account that had previously interacted with Jaden's accounts multiple times. The timeline was coming together, and it was ugly. After days of silence, dismissive posts, and vague deflections, Blueface finally went live, and he came out swinging. "Y'all really think I'm out here plotting on a kid? Y'all really think I'm that type of dude? This is sick. Chrisean is spiraling. She's hurt. I get it, but she's making up stories now. And Pooh? Man, he just mad, 'cause I didn't put him on a track. This whole thing is CP. He looked directly into the camera, dead serious, almost convincing. I love Chrisean. I still love her, but she's toxic. She's manipulative. And now she's trying to ruin my name because I moved on. That's it. That's the whole story. The comments were split. Some people were like, see? I knew it was fake. Others were like, nah, he's lying. You can see it in his eyes. But then someone in the comments asked the question that everyone was thinking. If it's all fake, why you married her in the first place? Blueface paused, looked at the screen, and said, man, I'm done talking about this. And he ended the live, just like that. No more explanations, no more defenses, just gone. Because that's what guilty people do. They talk until they realize they've said too much, and then they run. 2 days later, Chrisean's lawyer released a statement, and it wasn't just a social media post. It was a formal legal notice. They were exploring criminal charges, filing restraining orders, pursuing custody modifications, and most importantly, they were calling for a full investigation into the circumstances surrounding Zena's hospitalization. The statement read, our client has endured unimaginable trauma at the hands of individuals who sought to control, manipulate, and harm her through the most innocent victim, her child. We will pursue every legal avenue available to ensure justice is served. Blueface attorney responded with a generic statement. These allegations are baseless and defamatory. Our client denies all wrongdoing and looks forward to clearing his name. Translation, lawyers speak for were scared. And just when the dust seemed like it might settle, Pooh Shiesty dropped one last bombshell. He posted a video, not a live, not a story, a fully edited, cinematic-style video with dramatic music and text overlays. The video showed screenshots, dates, locations, names, everything he'd been hinting at. Now laid out in a timeline that was impossible to ignore. And at the end of the video, he said this, I ain't got nothing to gain from this. I ain't clout chasing. I ain't looking for views. I'm speaking up because somebody has to. And if y'all don't believe me, cool. But when the truth comes out, and it will, don't act surprised. He ended the video with one final message on screen. The video got 10 million views in 24 hours. It was reposted by blogs, celebrities, activists, even people who had no idea who Pooh Shiesty was resharing it, because it wasn't about rap beef anymore. It wasn't about drama or ratings. It was about something bigger, something that crossed every line. It was about a child. As of right now, no charges have been filed. No arrests have been made. Blueface is still posting on social media like nothing happened. Jaden has gone completely silent. Deleted apps, deactivated accounts, vanished from the internet. Chrisean is focusing on her daughter, staying offline, healing in private. And honestly, good for her, because after everything she's been through, she deserves peace. But here's the thing, this story isn't over. Not by a long shot. Because the internet doesn't forget. The streets don't forget. And when you mess with someone's child, karma doesn't forget either. Blueface might think he got away with it. He might think that staying quiet and hiring lawyers will make this all disappear. But the truth has a way of coming out. Always. And when it does, he won't just lose his career. He'll lose everything. So there you have it. The most twisted, calculated, heartbreaking betrayal we've seen in 2026. A man so desperate for control that he allegedly went after an innocent child just to hurt her mother. A setup so cold, so vicious, that even the streets are shook. Pooh Shiesty exposed it. Chrisean confirmed it. The receipts are piling up. And Blueface? He's hiding behind lawyers and deflection, hoping this all blows over. But it won't, because this crosses every single line. This isn't about rap beef. This isn't about relationship drama. This is about a baby. A little girl who didn't ask to be born into chaos. A child who deserved protection, love, and safety, and instead became a pawn in a sick game of revenge. And if you think this is just celebrity gossip, think again. Because stories like this happen every day. Toxic exes who can't let go. Narcissists who punish you for choosing yourself. People who weaponize the things you love most just to watch you break. So here's my question for you. Do you think Blueface is guilty? Do you think Jaden was involved? And what do you think should happen next? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now, because this conversation is just getting started. And if you made it this far, hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications, because trust me, this story is far from over. More receipts are coming. More names are about to drop. And when the next chapter unfolds, you're going to want to be here. This is Hood Files, where we don't just report the tea, we expose the whole damn pot. Stay dangerous, stay aware, and always protect the kids.